Hello, my name is Chris, and today I will review the living daylights out of the 2017 Genesis G90. As always, I hope you'll find this review useful and interesting. G90 has the ambition of competing with S-Class, 7 Series, and LS to name a few. The exterior is stately, though definitely conservative. Genesis says short overhangs and staggered wheels will emphasize sportiness. Do you see it? Hard to say. Take a look. Ross says if you put a Mercedes badge on it, customers would not think twice. Looking at it from different angles, it certainly looks pricey. Genesis offers a simple buying experience in Canada. All equipped, choose your engine, nice. A full 5-year warranty is included with a few exceptions such as radio, battery, and adjustments. Of course, I'm so sick of option packages, it diminishes the buying experience. The trunk is large with no folding seats, only a ski trap, a disappointment. In the back seats, everything is controlled by the passengers with a simple setup. There's a lot of room, obviously, and the quality is evident. Everything is straightforward. In front, same story, stately and spacious. No hard plastics, soft touch everywhere, and excellent seats. I love the leather of the seats and the touch points. I immediately liked this interior because of its refined luxury, evidently, but I especially fancied its simplicity. When I see S-Class and 7 Series, I see a plethora of gadgets. In Genesis, everything is very intuitive. I love a simple interaction with a short learning curve, and the design objective aimed for was easy to use. The sound system is impressive. It has to be at this price. The main center console screen is gorgeous. The rest of the center console is a mix of precision rotary interface, which I am less a fan of, and multiple buttons which feel high level in their conception and friction and play. Brilliant. Digital interfaces are depressingly complicated nowadays, and I think people still love buttons. Not everyone is a software developer. The mandatory driving aids are standard, and surprisingly, this car does not drive like a boat yet is extremely comfortable. The adaptive suspension is ace. Less impressive are the dash and heads-up display. They feel like $60,000 Canadian, not $84,000. Four-wheel drive increases ease of driving and security, a must in this class. This 6-cylinder turbo makes 365 horsepower and 375 pounds of torque. A V8 is also available. 13.7 liters in the city and 9.7 on the highway is a completely reasonable fuel spend. And the 8-speed automatic transmission gets the job done without drawing attention to itself. This car surprised me. Hello car lovers, driving the 2017 Genesis G90, a car which aspires to compete with S-Class, BMW 7 Series, Lexus LS, among others. So what do we need from this kind of car, right? Well, the exterior styling, that's a personal thing. On the inside, it's very quiet. It's got a V6 turbo, this one. For $3,000 extra, you can get a V8, and that's fine. Let's just try it right here. Wow, it pulls a lot. That is 10 kilometers an hour. That's pretty fast. So it has the power for the all-important on-ramp or merging on the highway, which these types of owners look for. The people who want these kinds of vehicles. Engine is fine. I'll say one thing, the driver interfaces are top-notch. This leather on the steering wheel it cannot possibly be better. The shifter is nice. No play here when I put my hand on it. When you use the different buttons, very high quality feeling, very good. Cannot complain about that. I would say that maybe just in terms of the design language, I'm not sure it is quite Audi A8, BMW 7 Series, or even Mercedes S-Class. They have more elaborate lighting schemes at night. and also it's just slightly more stylish. It's more stylish. However, this vehicle does cost $80-something thousand in Canada, which is 20 to 30% less than its competitors. So no question, it's a value. Now, is the buyer of this type of vehicle looking for value? That's the question. I don't know about that. I think that we're beyond captains. We are now talking about admirals, and they are the admiral of the fleet, and they want everyone to know when they arrive who's the boss. Does this vehicle do that? That is a brand. That's something more associated to your brand. And Genesis, in its first year, hasn't got that yet. However, who it will appeal to is Warren Buffett, the older person who's worked hard all his life, who's plenty rich, millionaire rich, and it just doesn't like throwing his money out the window. And he doesn't really care who knows how much money he has. This is their vehicle, because I'll take the 30 grand and this car before I'll take the Mercedes, right? Because it has everything basically those cars have in terms of comfort, in terms of heft, and in terms of like assurance and solidity. If I can make an architectural metaphor, these cars are kind of like those Greco-Roman pillars that you see in front of banks or in front of the White House. They suggest authority. They suggest that they're the top security, certainty. These are what these cars have to feel like when you're driving them, and this certainly feels like that. I adjusted the steering wheel weights, I've adjusted the engine response and everything. It's perfect. It's really perfect. It drives as well as its German rivals, no question. And I've driven those cars. Maybe not the latest iteration, but they're certainly not. The new BMWs and Mercedes do not drive more lively. If anything, they're more cocooned, right? They're more of a cocoon environment. Today, on the highway, there is a tremendous wind, and this disadvantages cars in terms of how quiet they are on the inside. I can tell you right now, I can hardly hear anything. And the winds are strong enough today where it would probably make a Honda Fit sway on the highway. Here we're driving, tracking, super straight, super fast. It's just doing great. I'm doing about 11.5 kilometers an hour. So those are my thoughts on the Genesis G90.